Good morning, students. Today we will continue with our fourth lesson of political science, social and political movement. So before starting with the lesson, we will first go through or recall the concept which we have studied in the previous lecture. Social movement. Social movement is a loosely organized effort by a large group of people to achieve a particular goal, typically a social or political one. This may be carried out, resist, or undo a social change. It is a type of group action and many involve individual, organization, or both. It is called a social movement. Social movement, there are various social problems like child labor, dowry, casteism. Until and unless the society do not come together to solve the problem, it will not solve. So there must be cooperation of every person in the social movement. There should be mutual understanding, cooperation, support is necessary, decision should be right. Every person views and decision should be considered. Equality is the main thing in the social movement. In the any movement, equality is the main. There is a social change in social movement. There is something change, something new, something good happening in the social movement. People get together or come together to find some solution to solve the problem and to achieve a particular goal. It's called the social movement. Like social movement, we also have political movement. A political movement is a collective attempt by a group of people to change government policy or society with many political goals. Political movements are usually in opposition to an element of the status quo and are often associated with a certain ideology. There are some government circulars, some policies, some rules and regulations of the government followed by every person in the country. But some of the policies are like that which is not considered as very much effective by the people or by some political parties for the people of the country. So they fight for it to change the policies or to change the circular of the government. There should be some changes in the policies as per the political parties for the betterment of the society. So for that they go for a political movement. In political movement, political leader, political issues are there related to various parties, various concepts, or the problems related to the society, to the people, or to the country. It is a fight against government policy for betterment, for the upliftment of the people. So there is also some changes in political movement for the betterment of the country. So this we have studied about social movement and political movement. Now movement. Why are movements happen? There is some reason why movement takes place. All the people in the society cannot participate in political parties and contribute to the social welfare. People focus on particular issues and pursue it. They organize people and try to pressurize the government to resolve that issue. They build public opinion about it and thereby put up pressure on political parties and the government. Such type of organized activity is called the movement. Organized activity is the essence of any movement. So why movement happen? Movement takes place because there are some problems, some issues to be solved. Government should give particular attention in that issues. So for that, people of many society come together. Everyone cannot be the political leader or cannot participate in political parties. So contribution of people is there for the social welfare. People focus on particular issues. They show what the problem they have in a particular area, in a particular region. What are the problems they face? They focus this problem to the government through the political parties. And these people pressurize the political parties, or they show their problem to the political party, and then the political parties come to know, they go through the problem, and then they show it to the government. And the problem is resolved. Public opinion is very necessary in the movement because public is the mainstream in the movement. So such organized activity is called a movement. Movement is an organized activity, is the essence of any movement. Organization, a better and proper organization is the essence of movement. Is the main part, is the main theme of the movement. Civic problem need not originate only in the social sphere. They can merge from any section of the society. Civics problem is related to our country. They do not only originate from the society, but from every section of the society. Problems are there, issues are there that to be solved. So civic is not only the problem of the social sphere, but from every part of the society. In India, especially in Maharashtra, many social reform movements were started and society started getting modernized. In India, especially in Maharashtra, various social reform took place, various social movement took place. And society started getting modernized. And after that, this movement gave a new face to the society. The society started changing and it's getting modernized because of the effective movement of the proper movement. Our struggle for independence was also a social movement. The struggle for our independence. Many of our great leaders have struggled very hard for the freedom of India. So that is also a social movement. The issues like protecting rights of the citizen. Every citizen has a right to live, right to freedom, right to vote, minimum wages, and economic security are the focus of political and economic movement. The focus of political economic movement. They focus on the issues like protecting rights of the citizen, right to vote, minimum wages, and economic security. These are the issues which to be solved by the political and economic movement. Swadeshi movement is also an important economic movement. Swadeshi movement is also an economic movement. It's very important movement. So now we will study of the important movement in India. In India, there are various movements took place. So some of the important movements we will see. Tribal movement. First we will see of tribal movement. So what is tribal first? Tribe is a group of people that all have common ancestor or a common ancestor, a common culture, and live in their own enclosed society. They have a common culture and they live in their own enclosed society, in their own people related to one culture. These are the mainly peoples of tribal people. They live in forest area. For example, Adivasi. These are the people live in forest areas. Their livelihood is also dependent on the forest resources. Everything, their activity they carried out is based on forest resources because they live in the forest. They are very much away from the society, from the cities. So they are called as tribal people. So in India, one of the most important movement was a tribal movement. In the pre-independence period, the British government deprived tribal people of their right to livelihood on forest resources. In the pre-independence means before the independence period, the British government, they deprived tribal people. The people who are living in the forest, they deprive means they do not give any importance or any right to that people. For their right to livelihood on forest resources. These people, they live in the forest. So their main activity or any other work they want to do that is dependent on forest resources, what they get. For the livelihood also, they fully dependent on the forest. So the British government did not allow them and they deprived tribal people of their right to livelihood on forest resources. There was a tribal uprising in Kollam from Chotanagpur. The tribal peoples were uprising, were increasing. In Kollam from Chotanagpur, Gond from Orissa, Koli, Bhil, and Ramoshis from Maharashtra. Bila and Ramoshis from Maharashtra, Gond from Orissa, and Kollam from Chotanagpur. Santhal and Munda from Bihar. Santhal and Munda from Bihar, these are the places where tribal people live or there are increasing in the tribal people. The tribal struggle has continued since those years. From pre-British, pre-independence period, the tribal people were struggling for their rights they want. Tribal in India face several problems. Tribal people in India, they face several problems because they live away from the society, live away from the cities. In the forest they live. In the forest they do not have any facilities. Everything they need is dependent on the forest resources they get. So they has to face several problems. One major problem is that they are denied right over forest. The main demand of the tribal movement is to accept their right over forest. The main demand of the people, the tribal people started movement, tribal movement. But the main demand was that they wanted that the government should accept that every activity they do or the work they do, the occupation they carried out should be of forest and the government should give them the permission. They should be allowed to collect product of forest and also should have the right to cultivate on forest land. Their demand was that they should be allowed, they should be allowed, they should be given the permission to collect the product of the forest and have the right to cultivate on forest land. The cultivation process or the farming process, what they do. If government is not allowing them to do in the forest, if they are denied from the right to work in the forest, then where they will go, what they will earn, what are the activities they will carry. So they demanded that the government should allow to collect the product of forest and also have the right to cultivate on forest land. So these were the demand of the tribal people in the tribal movement. One of the great leader of tribal movement was Birsa Munda. Here you can see his photo. Birsa Munda. His name was Birsa Munda. He was born on 15 November 1875. He was born on 15 November 1875 and died in 7 June 1900. Died on 7 June 1900. He was an Indian tribal fighter. The person Birsa Munda was a great leader. He was a freedom fighter for the tribal people, and also a folk hero who belonged to Munda tribe. Birsa Munda was his name, and he was also a folk hero of the Munda tribe. So this was the main important related to the tribal people. Now farmers. Farmers were also deprived from some of the rights. There were also various demands of the farmers that the government should accept. Because farmer is the person who provide the natural resources or the raw material that are provided to the industries and factories. If the farmer is not benefited, then it will be the loss for the farmer. How we will do the product, how we will do the farming. So there was a movement related to farmers in India. Farmer movement in India is an important movement. During the British period, farmers started getting organized due to anti-cultural policies of the British colonial government. Farmer movement is a very important movement in India. During the British period, from the British period, farmers have started getting organized due to anti-cultural policies of the British colonial government. British colonial government has developed anti-cultural policies for the farmer. We know that there were many movements carried out for the betterment of farmers, the upliftment of farmers, like a Bardoli movement, Champaran movement, and the movement against revenue collection. Bardoli movement, it was related to farmers that took place in 1928 in Gujarat. Where was Bardoli movement? Took place in 1928 Gujarat, India. During this period of British Raj was a major episode of civil disobedience and revolt of Indian independence movement. So it is a very important movement related to farmers, took place in 1928 in Gujarat. Another important and movement was Champaranya movement. It took place in 1970. It was the first movement led by Gandhiji. It was a civil disobedience movement to protest against the injustice meted out to tenant farmers in Champaran district of Bihar. In Bihar, it took place under the leadership of Gandhiji for the protest against the injustice meted out to tenant farmer. Tenant farmer means a farmer who takes land, occupy land or property or rented from the landlord. They are called the tenant farmer. Means they do not have their own land, they have to borrow the land from the landlord for the farming. The farmers' movement were inspired by the thoughts of Mahatma Gandhi, Justice Ranade, and Mahatma Phule. Mahatma Phule, Mahatma Gandhi, and Justice Ranade, these are the people, great leaders who fight for the farmers' movement. Due to some reforms in agriculture of the farmer movement slowed down. Due to some of the reforms like tenancy law, law relating to tilting of land, these are some of the reforms which slowed down the agricultural movement, farmers' movement. After the Green Revolution, the farmers' movement became more active and effective. Green Revolution, which is related to the farming for the good production of the goods, vegetables, good grains. So because of that, there was very active, it was very active and effective for the farmers through Green Revolution aimed at increasing agriculture production and achieving self-sufficiency. Because of agricultural Green Revolution, there was a production in food grains, vegetables, fruit, and it had achieved self-sufficiency in food grains. But what happened? It did not benefit the poor farmer because the farmers are poor. For green revolution, they have to adopt new technology, good quality of seeds, but they do not have that much income to get that. So what happened? It did not benefit the poor farmer. The farmers were after that divided into two groups: rich farmers and poor farmers. Because the rich farmer, they can do everything because they have the income, they have the money, they have the source for doing everything. But it was not same with the poor farmer. So there was dissatisfaction among the poor farmers led to the beginning of the farmers movement. So this dissatisfaction gave rise to the farmers movement. What was the main reason for the farmers movement? The poor farmers, they were not benefited by the green revolution. So it was dissatisfaction among the poor farmers. So two groups were formed: rich farmers and poor farmers. And from that, there was a beginning of farmers movement. Appropriate price for agriculture product. Agriculture is to be treated as an industry. Implementation of the recommendation of the Swaminathan Commission. Debt relief, debt cancellation, national policy for agriculture are some of the demand of the farmers movement. Farmers, then what they started? Farmers movement. In that farmers movement, they have presented their demands, their needs, what they want, what the help they want from the government, that to be fulfilled, so that the poor farmers or the every farmers may get benefit. Who has to suffer? Only the poor farmers. So these all farmers come together, they form the movement, and they started a movement. Because agricultural product or the agriculture resources, we get raw material from agriculture, and that raw material is supplied to the industries and factories, and after that the production process starts. But if it's not, if there is a shortage of this so raw material, then there will be no production. The price of the goods will be high, and it is not profitable for every person or the consumer to purchase. Shetkari Sangatna, Bharatiya Kisan Union, All India Kisan Sabha are some of the important farmers organization in India. So there are different farmer movements started, and various Sangatna, various union organization have developed, such as Shetkari Sangatna, work for the farmers, Bharatiya Kisan Union, it also work for the fund, All India Kisan Sabha are some of the important farmer organization in India. Here the example of Shetkari Sangatna is given, and the leader is Sharad Joshi. The leader is here is Sharad Joshi. Sharad Joshi set up Shetkari Sangatna in 1979 to demand higher output and who provide the intellectual horsepower to farmer movement. He worked to provide intellectual horsepower, means the power for the farmers he developed. He struggled for the farmers in the movement, and he tried to fulfill the demand, the need of the farmers that they have put forward to the government. So one of the example we have seen of Sharad Joshi, leader of Shetkari Sangatna, farmer of Shetkari Sangatna. Labor movement. Like farmer movement, labor movement is also there. The labor means the workers who are working in the industries, factories, companies. Their condition also was very too bad. They have to work for long hours, and the money or the income they get is very low as per the work they do. There was too much harassment of the workers in the companies. No life security, no safety, no insurance, no high income. Or if they working extra hours, then also they were not paid for that. This was the harassment done. No bonus for the workers. Harassment were done of the workers. So for that, labor movement was started. Labor movement in India emerged in the background of industrialization. Labor movement started because of industrialization. Because the workers work in the industries, factories, company, different companies. So industrialization is the main reason for the labor movement. The workers working in the industries. If the industries are working, is because of the labor. The labor should be provided with better safety, protection, insurance, nice wages. Textile industry, railway companies were established in India in the later half of 19th century. In 1899, railway workers went on strike for their demand. There were various industries developed in India, textile industry, railway companies on the later half of the 19th century. The first in 1899, railway worker went on strike for their demand. For their demand, they need to be satisfied. Railway workers went on strike. However, the first organization for resolving the issues of workers was established in 1920. In 1920, the first organization for resolving the issues of the workers was established. An organization which would fight for the workers was established in 1920. The organization is also known as All India Trade Union Congress. It is known as All India Trade Union Congress. In the post-independence period, labor movement started working more effectively. After the independence, the labor movement, they come together, they fight for their rights, and it was more effectively an active movement in India. In 1960s and 1970s, labor movement organized several agitations. What happened in 1960 and 1970? Several movement agitations was organized. Agitation means a state of anxiety of nervous excitement. Means the 1960, 1970, the labor movement also slowed down. But from 1980s, labor movement started getting disintegrated. Globalization and affected the labor movement to a great extent. Because of the globalization, the labor movement is more affected because of globalization. In India, workers are facing different problems. Instability. There are various problems of workers in India. They are facing various problems such as instability, employment condition, contract labor, financial insecurity, absence of legal protection, unlimited working hours, insecurity at the workplace, health hazard. These are the main problems faced by the labor, and for that problem to solve, the labor has went on movement. Unstable employment conditions. The condition of the employment is unstable. Contract labor means they have to sign for a contract for a 1 year, 2 year. After that, what the labor will do, where he will go to work. So contract labor was there. Financial insecurity was there. No proper wages, no proper income, no bonus. Absence of legal protection. There were no legal protection such as some rules or regulation related to the life of the labor. Unlimited working hours were there. There was unlimited working hours and the payment was less. It was not as compared to the work. They have to work for long hours. Insecurity at the workplace, health hazard. There was insecurity in the workplace. The workers were not provided, for example, insurance and all that for his family or for his life. So these are the labor movement problems which are solved in the labor movement. The labor has put forward this problem for resolution. So one of the leader, Sharad Ram, he was a veteran labor leader of Mumbai. Work for demanding higher wages and better working condition of labor. This is the example I have shown you, Sharad Rao. He worked for demanding higher wages and better working condition of labor because the labor has to suffer a lot due to the various problems he has to face: unstable employment condition, labor contract, financial insecurity. So labor movement started for the upliftment, betterment of labor. Like that, women's movement is also for the good condition of the woman. There should be change in the scenario of the condition of the woman. Because in olden days, we can compare, we can see that there was very bad condition of the woman. Women were not allowed, or the girls were not allowed to come out of the houses for the education purpose. So in pre-independence period, progressive men in India is initiated the movement, women's movement. There in pre-independence period, progressive men in India initiated the movement. The women's movement aimed at eliminating injustice against women and ending their exploitation, helped them to lead a respectful life and participate actively in the social life. As we all know, there is a very bad condition of the woman in the olden days. But to change this, to give the rights to the woman, to learn, to study, to come out of the houses, to take part in each and every field. So for this, movement was necessary. So women's movement started. To stop the exploitation of the woman, to harassment of the woman, various problems like dowry, child marriage, sati system. So for stopping this, woman movement was started. The woman should live the respectful life. They participate in every social life for the respect, for the dignity of the woman. Woman's movement is very important. There were various social reformers who worked for the women's movement was Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Mahatma Jyotirao Phule, Savitribai Phule, Maharshi Dondo Karve, Pandita Ramabai Ranade took initiative in ending the practice of sati and child marriages. Like sati system and child marriages, these are the social reformers. Work very hard for the upliftment, for the better life of the women. For they have worked a very hard to change the life of the woman, to change the bad condition of the woman, to give them a respectful life. Reforms such as widow remarriage, they were widow remarriage, woman education, right to vote for woman to woman, were possible due to the work of these reformers. Women were
Hello.
not. Yes, ma'am.
Able to hear you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Now it's audible. Yeah.
So there were various reforms which were carried out by the reformers, like widow remarriage. Widows were not allowed to remarry because in the early childhood they were married, and after that they get widow, and after that they cannot do marriage. So they have to live a very bad condition life. So to change this, widow remarriage was there. Women were reform was there to for the woman education. Right to vote was given to the woman. After independence, the constitution gave equal right to women in the field. Constitution also gave right for the women in the constitution after independence. In spite of this, women were not treated equally in several fields. Doing this also, women in some of the fields were not treated equally. During this period, women movement aimed at freedom of women, and the women's movement aimed for the freedom of the movement. The women demanded that the women should be treated as human beings. They should be treated. In the later period, women participate to a great extent in the movement against corruption. After that, what happens slowly, women's getting participate in various movements such as corruption, caste discrimination, religious extremism, which made them aware of the injustice against their own self. These are the women. They get their self power, self respect. They can stand in the society with the power. Women started taking initiative in organizing against injustice. If there is any injustice happening, the women have the power and the right to taking initiative in organization against injustice. In India, women's movement is not homogeneous in nature. However, women's movement at various levels are taking up the issues like women health. Women's movement is also taking the various issues related to women's health. It is very important for a woman. Social security. Security is also very important for the woman. Financial independence. They should be independent. Empowerment. The woman should be powerful. She should stand on her own leg in every aspect of her life. Today's women's movement face the challenge of equal education for women and give women a status and prestige as human beings. So, women's movement has been very effective for the betterment of women. Because of this movement, because of women's movement, women get the power to fight, to raise their voice against the problem they face. These are the social reformers: Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Ramabai Ranade, Rajaram Mohan Roy, Maharishi Dhondo Karve, Savitribai Phule, Pandita Ramabai. These are the social reformers who work for the women's movement. Dr. Rajendra Singh. Dr. Rajendra Singh was also known as Indian Water Man. He was also known as Indian water conservationist and environmentalist from Alwar district, Rajasthan. From Alwar district of Rajasthan, he is known as water conservationist and metallist. He worked for the water conservation. He runs the NGO called Tarun Bharat. There is an NGO which he works for, Tarun Bharat Sangha, founded in 1970. Dr. Rajendra Singh, also known as Waterman of India. The main thing we have to keep in mind, what he was known as, Waterman of India. Has brought water revolution in Rajasthan. Rajasthan is a state, we know it is a hot desert region where there is shortage of water. So to solve this problem, he has undertaken a movement, water revolution. He became famous because of building thousands of johad in Rajasthan. He became famous because he has developed thousands of johad in Rajasthan. He revised rivers in the desert of Rajasthan. He formed an organization, Tarun Bharat Sangha, which worked for the building 11,000 johad in hundreds of villages. This was the great work he has done for Rajasthan because there were no water, there was shortage of water. So to overcome that, he has gone to the movement which is related to water conservation movement. He has developed thousands of johad in Rajasthan, revised rivers in Rajasthan. He has organized Tarun Bharat Sangha, which worked for building 11,000 johad in the hundreds of villages. All over India, he started a campaign for water conservation. For water conservation, he has started various programs, various campaigns, revels of river, forest conservation, and wildlife conservation. Also, he has put his work related to water. He has done very great work, but for forest also he has worked, forest conservation and wildlife conservation. His social movement is active for last 31 years. He won the Stockholm Water Prize, an award known as the Nobel Prize for Water. And so Rajendra Singh worked for the movement for water conservation. Now, like women's movement, labor movement, farmer movement, there is also environment movement. As we are a citizen of India or the world, we live in the world, it is our duty to save our world. We are aware that environmental degradation is a serious problem at national and international level. There is various problems related to the earth, and environmental degradation is one of the problems. At the international level, several movements are working to stop the deterioration of the environment. We see the significant international cooperation in this field. Various international several movements are there which are working for the to save our earth. to save our environment. In India, many movements are working on different aspects of environment. In India also, there are various movements which are working for the environment, to save the environment. The environment movement are taking up issues like protection of biodiversity, protecting different sources of water, protection of forest, green belt pollution of river, use of chemical and ill effects. These are the various movements or the problem or the concept which to be protected, such as biodiversity, protection of different animals, forest is to be done, sources of water should be kept pure, protection of forest, pollution of river should be stopped, all the chemicals and the various oil that is not used by the industry, they left in the uh, water resources, it should be stopped. So there should be movement for the environment, safety of the environment, because environment security is responsibility of every person. There should be proper environment, proper atmosphere, climate should be good. So we should, to live a healthy life, we have to be aware regarding the environment. Like environment, there we also have a consumer movement. Consumer movement emerged in India after the Consumer Protection Act came into existence in 1986. We all know that there is a Consumer Protection Act in 1986. So after that, consumer movement started, because every consumer is also facing some of the other problems. They buy the good, they purchase the goods. So relating to that, the consumer has various problems. So government has also issued some of the rights to the consumer. This movement has a broad objective, and this consumer movement has a very broad objective. The movement believes that each member of the society is a consumer. Each member of the society is a consumer, means every person has a needs, has a demand. So to fulfill that, he has to purchase the goods or the product. So he has to be given the right as a consumer. Due to the changing nature of social and economic system, consumer face different problems. Due to the changing nature, the social and economic system is changing. So consumer has facing many different problems. Adulteration, increased cost of item, drops in weight, and measure some of the problem. There is adulteration in the goods. So that should not be done. So to protest against this, the price of the commodity is very high. So for the consumer, this movement is very effective. The consumer movement work to protect consumer from such type of fraud. So the fraud should be stopped, and the consumer should be protected from all the ill effects. So consumer movement is very effective. The movement increased the participation of people in public life. The post-1980 movement are called neo-social movement, as their nature is different from the earlier movement. In 1980 movement was started called neo-social movement. These movements are issue-based, and these are the issue-based movement. It means they try to organize issue-based mass movement. So for consumer also, there is movement to save the consumer. So in this lesson, we have seen what is movement and which are the different movements we have seen. We have seen tribal movement, farmers movement, labor movement, women's movement, environmental movement, consumer movement, and the movement carried out by Dr. Rajendra Singh, water conservation. So in this way, we have studied this lesson number 4, social and political movement.
Thank you, Pradna ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, students. The chapter is being explained very well by Pradna ma'am. If you have any doubts, you go through to the chapter today. You have any doubts, you mark it down. Next lecture, we can get it clear. Okay, thank you. Students, stay tuned for 10 more minutes. We have our last lecture, science lecture. So 10 more minutes, refresh yourself, drink water and come back with your science books.